There are a lot of trading card games. Of course, there's the ones we all know about, like Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, and of course Yu-Gi-Oh! And now there's One Piece and Digimon and things like that. And everyone kind of has their like one or two that they get like really interested in. Some people are really into Magic, some people are really into Pokemon, some people are into like One Piece and Pokemon. If you're into Yu-Gi-Oh! You're probably only into that. But personally, I find a little bit of fun in all of them. However, there is one particular card game that no one talks about that is one of my absolute favorites to collect. Who out here remembers Duel Masters, baby? Yes, Duel Masters, the oft-forgotten trading card game from 2004 that lasted until about 2005. If you don't remember it by name, maybe you remember some toys like these being on like the Target shelves back in the day. I have a few of them. Maybe you recognize this guy, maybe you recognize these logos. Of course, there were also video games back in the day, some Game Boy Advance games, a PS2 game, etc. And of course, there was a short-lived anime series. But of course, all of it was in service to the trading card game, which even if you do remember it, you might not know the interesting history behind it. So, today, instead of doing something relevant like opening one of the new Pokemon sets, we are going to just have a Duel Masters day. So this is a Duel Masters card. This one is called Deadly Fighter Braid Claw. Like most trading card games, it's got a specific color type, a creature type, some hit points, and like, you know, power levels, stuff like that. I don't know how to play the game. But this is what the cards typically look like. I love this back. I absolutely love the design of the back of a Duel Masters card. So nostalgic to me. So the origins of Duel Masters are actually pretty interesting because it was created by Wizards of the Coast, who you might know as the people who made Magic the Gathering and the people who printed the original English Pokemon cards back in the 90s. In fact, while the game was originally released here in the States in 2004, I believe it dates back to around 2002, when Duel Masters was originally released as a Japanese manga series in CoroCoro Comic, specifically as a way to advertise Magic the Gathering in Japan. And even though the game only lasted maybe a year or two here in the States, in Japan, it never stopped. It actually became very popular. The game is still going to this day in Japan, and just to bring things full circle, around the 20th anniversary of the game, they actually printed some iconic Magic the Gathering cards as Duel Masters cards. If you know your Magic the Gathering, this is a Black Lotus, which is the like first edition base set Charizard of Magic the Gathering. It's the Blue Eyes of Magic. It's the biggest collectible card in history, aside from maybe some sports cards, I don't know. But this is a version of it printed as a Duel Masters card, which is fascinating. This is from only 2 years ago. And because the game never stopped going in Japan, I guess they really wanted to see if they could make it work in the States, because around maybe like 2014, they tried to bring Duel Masters back. Yeah, about 10 years after Duel Masters flopped hard in the States, they tried to relaunch it as Kaijudo. Kaijudo is actually the name of the card game in the universe of the anime. Kind of like how in Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game is actually called Duel Monsters. But yeah, in the 2010s, they tried to relaunch Duel Masters as a new cartoon and a new card game called Kaijudo: Rise of the Duel Masters. I've opened a few boxes of this stuff, and you can see it's definitely more modern with these big full art shiny cards and stuff. There are certainly a lot of reprinted original Duel Masters cards in here, along with some like kind of new original stuff, but this flopped even harder in the States. Like, most people don't even realize it exists. But I was able to get this cool Kaijudo binder and fill it with all the Kaijudo cards that I opened, which is kind of neat. And as cool as all that is, today I just want to focus on the original English release of Duel Masters that I was super into as a kid. So we're gonna go through a bunch of old nostalgic stuff, and we're gonna end with a full booster box of DMO1 base set, the original Duel Masters set ever released. So in preparation for this video, I made sure to grab some boxed copies of the original video games for the purposes of showing them off, yes, but also because a lot of them came with free booster packs or free promo cards. You had the Game Boy Advance game Senpai Legends, which had a limited edition that came with these amazing Atari promo cards. I definitely had these growing up. It is really cool to see them like all mint condition. You got the PS2 game, which I've never actually played, but this sealed copy came with a sealed pack of the second ever English Duel Masters set, DMO2 Evo Crushionators of Doom. Which is amazing. And then I was able to get this kind of crushed up copy of the Game Boy Advance game Kaijudo Showdown, which also came with a sealed pack of Evo Crushionators of Doom. I've never actually opened this set, so that'll be kind of fun. And then of course, like I showed before, I was able to get some of these old toys from back in the day. I do not plan to open these because they don't come with packs or anything, but I do have one toy that I intend to open because it does come with a pack. So let's take a look at the Duel Masters Master Flame card shooter thing. I guess. This is some like truly nostalgic stuff. You can see the Wizards of the Coast logo up there. You can see the main character from the anime Shobu down here. I honestly really love this character's design. I always liked the hair, the purple shirt. I always thought it was very, very cool in that like little kid likes anime kind of way. Oh, it's so cool. But aside from the booster pack here, we get some like card shooters and things that you're supposed to like wear on your wrist or something like that. But the cool thing to me besides the pack is the fact that this comes with a Duel Masters deck box. I wanted that more than the pack. So we are actually gonna open this like 20-something-year-old toy today because I want that deck box and I want that pack. Rule the duel with the power of a true Kaijudo master. All right, sure enough. How do I open this? Now, how do I open this? See, now, how do I open this? Ah, here we go. Woo, 20-year-old toy, I think. If this is from 2004. Oh, there goes the deck box. Look at that. Look at this deck box. It's very simple. It's very small, a little flimsy. It's got holes in the back for some reason. Oh, I think you're supposed to put this on your belt because the image of Shobu, he's got his deck box on his belt. So this is a belt latchable deck box. Look at that. With the Duel Masters logo on the front. I love that. So this is the card shooter. I don't know why on earth you'd want a card shooter. Ah, it's got a little stretchy. So we put the card shooter on like this. Ah, yeah. You look like a real anime hero. And then I think you're supposed to just slide any card into the front here. And then... Why would you ever do that? What a horrible way to like treat your cards. But oh, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Then we got the Master Flame, which I think is just like a little noisemaker toy that lights up or something. I don't have any batteries, so if you want to know what this is, I'll figure it out later. But then we got the reason I'm here. This booster pack right here. Careful. There we go. Before we get into the packs, I do have one more thing that I want to look through, but it is cards. We got starter decks, baby. I used to have a full display, but I sold some of the sealed decks, and now I've got one of each left. We got Shobu's Fire deck and Kokujo's Darkness deck. So these are both sealed. They come with promo cards. I will not be opening these because I do have a couple over here that are already open. I don't believe these have the promo hollows in them anymore. That's because those are out for grading. So these are some of the old decks that I was opening back in the day. I specifically remember going to Target out of town and buying these and coming home and being super excited. But yeah, like take a look at this art. This is like kind of gruesome looking for a kid's anime card game back in the day. You can really see the like ties to Magic the Gathering here with this like crazy intense fantasy horror art. It's really quite intense. Like there are Magic cards with tamer art than this. Marrow Ooze the Twister. Oh, that's so wild. And then you've got the Shobu deck, which is going to be the same thing. I, again, unfortunately have already sent the promo holo off for grading, so I'll be able to insert some B-roll footage of the card here, but I don't actually have it to show off in person right now, but that's okay because we're going to have a lot to take a look at throughout this video. Oh, now these are the classics. This is Shobu's Fire deck. So the main character's deck means that this is some of the most iconic art from the Duel Masters early stuff. Look at that. This is beautiful art, and this is like nothing like what you would have seen on Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards at the time. Look at that. Galsaur. That's so weird. These just bring back so many memories of one very narrow window of time. Oh, man. And then there's the Deadly Fighter Braid Claw again. I've also got, and I am going to open this one, a sealed 2-player starter deck. This, I think, is the most iconic Duel Masters product. I think if you remember Duel Masters at all, you probably remember seeing or opening these. This is a Duel Masters 2-player starter set as seen on Cartoon Network. So I am actually going to crack into this because this does come with a holo promo card, a couple of sealed decks, and a pack. So we are going to get another pack to add to the mix here. These are surprisingly like pretty easy to find and not that expensive. Oh, look at that little guy on the flap. That's so cute. So let's just pull this out. Okay, be careful with the promo card. I have so many of this specific card because this was also one of the Atari promos. Rothus the Traveler, or Rothus the Traveler. I don't know. I haven't seen the anime in a while. This is probably one of the most iconic Duel Masters cards because it's in this 2-player starter set. So we've got our first holo card of the day. Where did I put my sleeves. Dang it, are they across the room again? Oh man. But then you also get these 2 starter sets to kind of start figuring out how the game works. I'll give those a quick little flip through. We got Draglide. So I do, like I said, actually have some Duel Masters cards out for grading right now. I've opened a handful of sealed boxes of Duel Masters cards over the years, and I've gotten a lot of cool holos that I am actually getting graded at CGC. CGC only having ever graded about 37 Duel Masters cards in its history, most of which are the modern Japanese ones. But now with me sending in my cards, there are 38 more. So the amount of cards that CGC will have graded of Duel Masters will have doubled, and they will have gone from 1 vintage English card graded to 39. So I'm really excited to see what those come back. It's going to be a very unique addition to my collection. But here you can see, oh man, look at that weird art. Duel Masters works in a similar way to Magic, where you have mana that is required to summon the cards. There are different card types divided by colors. So there's red, blue, green, yellow, and black. That's about as much as I know because I still don't know how to play the game. But those are the starter sets. Then you get cardboard. Sick-ass cardboard. You got a quick start guide. Oh man, a D-Max membership offer. Are you a member of the D-Max Club? Yeah, that's probably not good anymore. You got a little advertisement for the Duel Masters comic books. That's cool. Oh wait, is this a comic in and of itself? Yeah, it's a little mini comic. Oh, that's cute. It's 4 pages long. That's cool. You got this. Stop. Don't read these rules until you've played a few games with the quick start guide. What? Really? This is an advanced rule book, and they are telling you not to read it unless you've played the game a few times. Interesting. They've literally taped it shut so you can't get into it easily. Wow. Screw you. I'm getting into it right now. I don't play by your rules. There we go. So this is the advanced rule book that apparently we are breaking the rules by looking at right now. Aside from these 2 little play mats, the only other thing left here is yet another pack of Duel Masters DM01 base set. So let's not waste any more time and get into the opening. I think we'll start with Evo Crushionators of Doom, since I've never opened this set before, and then we can just go on a base set spree. So this is vintage Wizards of the Coast from 20 years ago. I've never opened these. This is exciting. Oh, we've got this. This is a puzzle card. Every single pack comes with these little advertisement cards that have a little piece of a 9-card puzzle that you're meant to kind of piece together for your binder. But then we get into the actual cards. Now, you're not guaranteed holos or anything, but it works just like vintage Pokemon. See that diamond down there? That means these are the uncommons. Cards with circles are the commons, cards with diamonds are the uncommons, and cards with stars are the rares. Then you have very rares, which are the standard holos, and super rares, which are the like big fancy holos. So that's kind of what we're on the lookout for. So we're starting with a stained glass blue card. Ooh, look at this guy. Cavalry General Kuratops. I've never seen this one, and that art is really cool. Ooh, look at that. Then we got Diamond Cutter as an uncommon. I think now we'd probably be getting into... There's our rare. Elf X. What is it? What is it? It's like a demented Deku from Legend of Zelda. That's so weird. Tree Folk. It's a Tree Folk. I don't know if this means we're not gonna get a holo in this set. Oh, look! There's Gulsar. I guess I do have some DMO2 cards. I guess they were in some of the decks. Then we got Recon Operation. I guess these are the commons now. Leaping Tornado Horn. Look at this demented unicorn thing. Whoa. Man, if you were 10 years old in 2004, this was the coolest stuff in the world. Critical Blade. Oh man, and it's kind of got that Yu-Gi-Oh thing where you barely know how to pronounce any of the names. Magris, Vizier of Magnetism, and Rumblegate. So that's our first pack, no holo, but still really cool art of cards that I've never seen before. So we're going into a second pack of DMO2, Evo Crushionators of Doom. You can actually see the set rarity chart here. A little bit different from how Pokemon and Magic were doing things at the time once you got into the holos, but the commons through rares were still the same. So let's see what we can do. We got another piece of the puzzle, and then because it was 3 uncommons, then the rare, we'll put 4 to the back, and hopefully... Okay, yeah, we got our commons. Oh, there's Horrid Worm again. There's that really disgusting one we saw earlier. Okay, so we've got Gross, Leaping Tornado Horn again. Love that one. Ooh, Corile, Cyberlord. That is fascinating art. Look at that creature. What is it? All right, there will be that. Oh man, Giga Stand. These are so detailed, man. These are so interesting and highly detailed. Essence Elf. Aqua Shooter. Then I think we're getting into our uncommons. Wait, no, wait. Oh man, I think we got a slightly different order here. This is the rare. We got Aqua Bouncer Liquid People. So that is a rare. Then we got Cavalry General Kuratops, Crystal Lancer. Whoa! Look at that art. That is gorgeous. I've never seen this card before in my life. And Bomber Soar. Oh, that's really cool too. But again, no holo, just 2 standard non-holo rares. It happens. And now we get into the base set packs. This is gonna be fun. So we've got Duel Masters DMO1 base set with the Death Liger on the front. That is one of my favorite cards. I pulled a couple of them. That's a super rare in this set. And I really love the art because I believe this exact like render of this character is in the theme song opening sequence. We got a puzzle card. Oh, and there's a rare right on the front. Explosive Fighter Yukon. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And I also don't know if that means we're not going to get a holo in this pack. We got Stone Soar. We're so in uncommons now. Brain Serum. Forest Hornet. This stuff is so intense for a kid's game. Bronze Arm Tribe. Artisan Picoria. These are fascinating. These weird little creatures. Sonic Wing. Okay, we're seeing a lot of the same cards that were promos in that one Game Boy Advance game. Marine Flower, Fire Sweeper, Burning Hellion, and Immortal Baron Vorg. So yeah, no holo in that one. And I guess that means the rare is often the first card, maybe? I'm trying to figure out how to do like a pack trick here so we don't see the holo if we get one, like first thing. So I think we're doing maybe just 1 to the back. And then here's our puzzle card, and we'll see. Okay, we got our uncommon, Poisonous Mushroom. That is gross. That's gross. Then we got Onslaughter Triceps. Oh man. Dark Reversal. This is, ooh, I've never seen this one. This is freaky. Oh, that's great. Oh, man. It's so edgy for a kid's game at the time. Golden Wing Striker. Like, some of this art is freakier than anything you would have seen on Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Had some freaky stuff back in the day. Vizier of Bullets. I don't know how to say that first one. Death Smoke. And holo. Red Eye Scorpion. Just a rare, but that's okay. Red Eye. Huh. A lot of people accused this of being a Yu-Gi-Oh! Ripoff back in the day, and it wasn't intending to be, but, you know, sometimes in translation, you just gotta be able to, like, call it like it is. Okay, so the packs from the video games and all that didn't really yield much, but they were cool. That's okay. We've got a full booster box here of DMO1 to really have our chance at some holos. So I bought this on eBay. Let us hope I did not get scammed. I don't think many people are out here trying to scam Duel Masters, because who cares about Duel Masters besides me? But there's always the chance. Just like old Pokemon cards, it's got that Wizards of the Coast wrapping around the box. Oh, this is so exciting. I like that it has the exact same image of Shobu on every single side of the box. So we're just gonna crack into it, hope we didn't get scammed, and hope that we get some cool holos out of here. So I've opened 2 of these before, and in both of the boxes that I've opened of this set, I got basically the same cards, I think. So the main thing I'm hoping for here is to not get all the exact same holos again. But beyond that, what I really want is, I believe the biggest card from this set, it is a very rare holographic Bolshak Dragon. I think it's kind of like the Blue Eyes White Dragon of the original Duel Masters season. But yeah, we got a full booster box here, and it's looking all right. It's looking pretty solid. It's very clean. Oh, that's a great display. And then we got our 4 different pack arts here of Rothus, this one, that one, and that guy. So let's just start with that guy and see what we can make happen in our Duel Masters booster box, man. There's not many people on YouTube who would be doing something like this. We're almost certainly gonna get that full puzzle. I hope I'm doing this right. Okay, we got our uncommon Aqua Soldier. I think I left the puzzle card in there, which was maybe a mistake. Dark Raven Shadow of Grief. This is so intense. Free Vizier of Air. Okay, so we are now into the commons. Phantom Fish, gross. Ryusol the Oracle. That is a fascinating looking card. That's like a biblically accurate angel. We got Death Smoke again. Hunter Fish. Fatal Attacker Horvath. And then, okay, we're about to get to the puzzle card, which I accidentally left. We got Wandering Brain Eater. That is intense, man. What are those things called from Resident Evil 2? And we got our puzzle card. Do we have a holo? Nah, just Holy Awe, but that is a rare. Going into the Rothus pack, yeah, I was really really interested in doing some Duel Masters content on the channel because this is like the one thing that I really loved growing up that no one seems to know about or care about or anything like that. So I really wanted to put some Duel Masters content on the channel and see who cares. So, oh, no way! Oh my God, I did it wrong. Okay, but, oh, we got it. We got it. Okay, so there was a rare on the front, but I guess you can get a holo and a rare in the same pack. So we got Giga Barros, but then we got my gold card, Bolshak Dragon, very rare holographic. As far as I know, this is the biggest card in the set. It's kind of hard to find information, but we did it! Oh man. Oh, second pack in too. I gotta go get sleeves. I gotta go get sleeves. Sleeves. Oh man. A box fresh, pack fresh, Bolshak Dragon from Duel Masters base set. How many of these do you think exist? Like, how many of these cards in this condition do you think still exist in the world? Because very few people care about this card game. And from what I was able to find, the only English vintage Duel Masters card that CGC has graded is a Bolshak Dragon, and it's an 8. So if I grade this and it gets anything more than an 8, then it is officially the highest graded CGC Bolshak Dragon in existence. Maybe it could get a 10, I don't know. Looking at it, the centering looks all right. The corners are, they're not perfect. I could maybe see this getting a 9 pretty safely, but we got a Bolshak Dragon in the second pack, man. Do you care? Do you care? I care so much. All right, so I guess now we have to go through the rest of the pack. We got Iocant, the Oracle, Dark Reversal again. Oh man, that art is fascinating. I can't believe we got that, man. The second box that I opened, the most recent box of this set that I opened, I literally just got all duplicates. So I was so worried. That it would happen again, but no. I mean, I guess maybe it still could. I mean, this could be our one big pull, and then everything else could be duplicates of stuff that I've seen before. But now we know that if there is a holo, it will be behind the standard rare. So it's gonna be 2 to the back. All right, so if there is a holo, you won't get spoiled on it from the front, but you do have to put 2 to the back to not accidentally show it off right at the start. Poisonous Dahlia. We got some predatory plants. Ooh, super explosive Volcanodon. That is an iconic. I've got like 5 of those in my binder because they're in all the decks. Brain Serum again. Ooh, Black Feather Shadow of Rage. Can you believe this art, man? I love that. Artisan Picoria, La Ura Giga Sky Guardian. That's very cool, kind of Star Foxy. Mighty Shouter, so that's what he's called. That's one of the pack art guys. Ghost Touch. We got our rare, oh man, Scubskin Twilight Guardian. Ooh, there we go, with a very rare Vampire Sylphie holo on the back. I do have this one, but that's okay. It's okay to get a duplicate when you just got Bolshak Dragon. I wonder if there's like any seating in the box where like the top 4 packs have like a good chunk of holos where it's like should I shuffle these packs up to ensure that I'm not like exposing all the holos right at the start, and then the second half of the box is gonna be like super bland? Like, I have no idea. Who knows anything about this stuff? I've not been able to find too many like super reliable sources of information outside of just the one Duel Masters wiki, and like very few people in the card world are really fixated on this stuff like I am. Teleportation and Swamp Worm. Ew. Ew. Sandworms. Ew. Y'all ever see that Dune popcorn bucket? You just got... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was not something I should have done. I don't know if there's any kind of seating in the box or anything, but I am just gonna take all the packs out and kind of shuffle them up. I'm not good at shuffling, coincidentally. It's okay, we already got the Bolshak Dragon. The rest can get a little bit damaged if we want. But no, I'm very excited. Like I said, I've got like 38 Duel Masters cards currently getting graded, and the vast majority of them are pack fresh cards from boxes that I've opened. So there's a chance that we could have like some really high grades coming back on cards that very few people even have graded. And I kind of like the idea of being the guy who has like the randomly really good Duel Masters collection. Oh, took off a bloody Skeeto by accident. Not mosquito, bloody Skeeto. They're writing this like I talk. I can relate. Tropico, that is our rare, with a lock, Vizier of Hunting on the back. So that is just an uncommon. So I guess that means if we put 2 to the back and we only see 2 uncommons at the front, then we know we don't have a holo. Interesting. Interesting. In terms of Duel Masters history here in the States, I believe there's only 12 sets. I believe there's only 12 sets of Duel Masters that were ever released in the United States. So it goes from DM01 all the way to DM12, and obviously it gets a little bit harder to source some of the later boxes as you go on. Ooh, coiling vines. That's really beautiful. That purple fading into the yellow. It's a gorgeous color scheme despite it being still a pretty like gruesome looking card. Man, this art is fascinating. Illusionary merfolk. That ain't no mermaid I've ever seen before. Vizier of Lightning. Brawler Xyler. Oh, sounds like a bro in a frat. Oh, dude, me and Xyler are gonna go down to the brewski. Oh, man, no one says those things. Bone Assassin, Vizier of Bullets. We got an Aquanite rare, and... ooh, Zagan, Knight of Darkness. I do think I might have this one, but... oh, wait, do I? Zagan, Knight of Darkness. This is a super rare. There are 10 super rares in this set. At the bottom, you see this little plus symbol, and then S6 of S10. There's 10 super rares in the set. These are the hardest things to pull, I think. And I am not sure if I've actually pulled this one. I have 3 of them, but all of them are out getting graded right now, so I might have just added one to the collection. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. But hey, we got another pull. Yeah, I really hope people find this as interesting as I do. Just old, like, forgotten trading card games I find so interesting because they're such a product of their time. They always reach a point where no one knows anything about them, no one cares about them, and then you can get, like, really vintage cards for nowhere near as much as if you wanted to get, like, an old Yu-Gi-Oh box or Pokemon box from the same time. Ooh, Ultimate Force. That's really cool. Again, some of the later Duel Masters boxes do get a little bit rare and hard to come across, and as a result, kind of expensive. But I do think it would be fun to maybe over time try and accumulate like one of every box and then do like a big Duel Masters marathon. Again, very few would care, but it would be fun for me. When it comes to card games growing up, I was by far a Yu-Gi-Oh kid over everything. Like, I got into Duel Masters because it seemed rather similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, and a lot of people accuse Duel Masters of being kind of a Yu-Gi-Oh ripoff, which is why it never really took off. But I was a Yu-Gi-Oh boy through and through. I still have all my childhood cards. I liked Pokemon cards, but I was nowhere near as into them as I was Yu-Gi-Oh. I liked Pokemon for the games and the characters, not so much the cards. With Yu-Gi-Oh, I loved the cards. And that was what made me interested in this when it showed up on Cartoon Network and when I started seeing the cards out in Target. Nomad Hero Gigio? Not sure. Look at these little fuzz balls with a swamp worm on the back. Gross. And obviously, Yu-Gi-Oh is still going super strong. It's got this thing where I kind of assume that every single person who is into Yu-Gi-Oh now is the same group of people who was into it back in 2003. So I kind of get the sense that Yu-Gi-Oh has trouble getting in new players. But from a collector's standpoint, I find Yu-Gi-Oh so fun because they reprint the vintage stuff all the time. And so you can very easily and very often just go to Target or Walmart and find a Yu-Gi-Oh product that you can pull cards that you remember from when you were a kid out of. I love that. I wish Pokemon did that. And obviously, as an adult, I've gotten way more into Pokemon cards. Just a Bone Spider. What was our rare? Natural Snare. Ooh, man, this art is wild. Yeah, as an adult, I've become much more into Pokemon cards than anything, but as a kid, I was all about Yu-Gi-Oh, and I still love Yu-Gi-Oh now. It's just, I don't know, it's just easier to find Pokemon cards. You kind of have to go out of your way to find more specialty shops in order to have like a real access to Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. But with Duel Masters, it's just like, good luck. There's just nowhere to find this other than like eBay. You're just kind of at the mercy of eBay prices, eBay sellers, and occasionally, like I said, I don't think anyone would do this with Duel Masters, but you can always get scammed. You have to be real careful when you're going on eBay. We got a Crystal Memory Rare. That is some fascinating, gorgeous art. It's a little gross. All the gorgeous art in this set is still a little bit gross. It's still just a little bit gross. And then, of course, there's Magic the Gathering, which is kind of the granddaddy of Duel Masters, and in most trading card games for that matter. I do not know how to play Magic the Gathering. I have very little experience with Magic the Gathering. However, over the last little while, and I don't really know what all has come out on the channel by the time you're seeing this, but over the last month or so, I have been getting really interested in the world of vintage Magic the Gathering. I found some YouTubers who open vintage Magic product that I was actually really into, and I just loved the art. I love the old, like, 80s Dungeons and Dragons vibe that the art has, and I just really started diving deep into the whole like vintage Magic thing. So hopefully we can do some vintage Magic openings on the channel as well. But right now we got a Thorny Mandra Tree Folk, a holo, very rare card. I do have this one. I think I've pulled this one a couple of times. But even though Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic and Pokemon are all so much more accessible and there's so much more content based around them and so much more to really sink your teeth into, for some reason, ever since I got back into trading cards in 2021, I've just always been called back to Duel Masters. I don't know what it is. Whoa, I don't know what these are. It looks like it says Pangea, but Pangea, oh man, little moth fish creatures song. So something about Duel Masters, man. I don't know what it was, but ever since I got back into trading cards, every couple of months, I'm like, I gotta dig back into my Duel Masters stuff, man. I don't know what it is, but it's fascinating to me. I think it's the fact that it's so overlooked. We got Storm Shell, big old round thing, and a Fairy Child. So we didn't have a holo in this pack, so this is our rare. I think it's just something about the card art and the different colors and Shobu as a character that just always fascinated me as a kid. I really connected with it. And then just as an adult trying to do like kind of unique stuff within the card collecting hobby, Duel Masters is just that thing that I keep thinking about that no one else is really doing anything over, and it just makes me want to explore it more. I think we might have something in this pack. I'm not sure. You know how old holographic cards can kind of like curve a little bit? I think I might have felt that. Yes! We got a Gatling Sky Terror. That is another very rare holo. I do have a couple of this guy, but that is a classic card. Gatling Sky Terror, Armored Wyvern. So it's a tactical dragon. Oh my god, the flavor text at the bottom, part chopper, part chomper. Oh, that's so stupid. I love it. Oh, I love that it's stupid. Oh, speaking of stupid, that was actually one of the other reasons that I loved Duel Masters back in the day. It was kind of stupid. I don't know what it was, but the anime series of Duel Masters was really like fourth wall breaking, never really took itself that seriously, like goofy comedy. And it kind of had the vibe that it wasn't supposed to be that way, but whoever was dubbing it did it anyway. And for whatever reason, I was really into it. It kind of put it in the same echelon as like, I don't know, Boba for me when it came to like quirky, random humor anime series. We got the masked horror Shadow of Scorn. So we have, we have a show with like a dumb, stupid sense of humor, but cards that look like this. Look at those creepy hands. I just remember there being this like one episode where, Shobu and his friends were like trying to do like a pep talk before a big duel, and Shobu just went on this like monologue about how the lavender shade of his shirt gives him power. It was really stupid. It was so stupid, and I loved it. For whatever reason, the memory of that specific episode playing on my childhood TV before I went to elementary school that day has stuck with me for literally now 20 years. Like, for whatever reason, this show's stupidity has just stuck with me. And maybe that's one of the reasons that I've just continuously been coming back to Duel Masters over the years. It just lodged itself in my brain in a weird way. Like, it's not so deep in there that I remember everything the way I do with like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, but it's just in there, and I'm always like going back to it for no reason. We got a Revolver Fish. Our rare was a Terror Pit. I didn't know that was a rare. That's a classic one. And there is just so little Duel Masters content on the internet, and obviously, yeah, no one cares, but I care. It's fascinating though, like the fact that it flopped so hard in the States, so no one in my country remembers it, but it has just been going constantly in Japan is so fascinating to me. Ooh, Candy Drop, Cyber Virus. That is insane art. What is this? That's the thing. I look at all these arts and I think they're gorgeous, but I can't make heads or tails of them. What am I looking at? What does this have to do with candy? No mouth, big bite. I don't know what you are. Are you a parasite? Are you a concept? It says Cyber Virus. Are you data? We got Burning Power, Bloody Skeeto. But yeah, like, very few people are making Duel Masters videos. There's very few episodes, I should say, of Duel Masters available online. I don't think it's on any streaming services. That's why I bought the DVDs. And then, just Coiling Vines. There is someone who uploaded a bunch of like full episodes of Duel Masters on YouTube, but they are in literally the worst picture quality I have ever seen. Like, it is worse than VHS. It is like worse than 144p. It is unwatchable quality, which is probably not their fault. It's just like what they were able to make happen, but I just couldn't watch it. I could not watch it. So I had to find the DVDs if they existed. So I've got 3 of them. They all come with 4 episodes each. And so hopefully I'll be able to like kind of relive some of that nostalgia. But apparently in Japan, there are like different eras of the anime. Like, I don't know if the anime is still going today, but it definitely went a lot longer than the English one did, and had different seasons, different eras, different generations, etc. And man, the Japanese side of the Duel Masters hobby is so fascinating to me because there's so much I just don't know. It goes so far beyond anything that ever happened with Duel Masters in my country, and I really want to dive into it, but again, just like regular Duel Masters, it's so hard to like get access to the cards and get access to anything without just having to rely on eBay. But hey, we got a Death Liger, Lion of Chaos, one of my favorite cards in the set that I have pulled twice, and now I have pulled 3 times. I have 2 of these out for grading right now, but that is our second super rare of the box. I'm not sure how many we're meant to get. From what I've seen, modern Japanese Duel Masters looks more or less the same as the vintage stuff that I'm opening right now, but they have introduced things like full art cards and big fancy foil cards like you would see in Pokemon or something like that today. And then of course there's those sets that were around the 20th anniversary that did all the Magic the Gathering reprint cards, which I find really cool and want to collect. I've got the Black Lotus, and then I've got a Birds of Paradise, which is really fun. And then one card, like the biggest Japanese Duel Masters card that I found so far that I really, really want, is the card Thank You for 20 Years of Duel Masters. It is a celebratory 20th. It is a celebratory 20th anniversary card that literally is just called Thank You for 20 Years of Duel Masters. I love that. I find that so wholesome. It's got this great like Pokemon full art trainer alternate art style artwork of Shobu and what I can only assume is Shobu's kid. And it's just a beautiful card, and it's very wholesome and kind of like nostalgic to me. I really want to get it, but oh man, it is expensive. Like I don't know how expensive modern Japanese Duel Masters stuff gets, but that card is, I have only found it for a minimum of like $700. So that is too much. That is too much. So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna manage to get that one. You're all just kind of at the mercy of like what's on eBay and how much they're selling for there, and it's just, and they're all graded too, so you can't just find a single. Oh man, it's gonna be such a hassle getting more into this game, but I want to so bad. Oh man, I've been going on and on and on. I didn't even realize we're down to our last 4 packs of the box, man. This has been so fun. Oh, I really hope people care, because I want to do this more. I want to get more vintage boxes of Duel Masters and old packs, and maybe try opening some of the modern stuff from Japan. I really want to get more into this. Like, I guarantee you that if you went to like big trading card conventions like Collecticon and Card Party and stuff like that, and tried to find Duel Masters, you would come up completely dry. Like, no one has this stuff that I've been able to find. I think when I was at Hawaii PopCon about a year ago, I saw one person who had what looked like the back of a Duel Masters card in one of their tins, and that was it. Like, I didn't see a shred of anything related to Duel Masters after that, or else I probably would have bought it. We got Explosive Fighter Yukarn, and Tower Shell, very rare, holographic. That's a new one, baby. I do not have this one. I've never even seen this one. It's a big old egg. It is the Tower Shell Colony Beetle. Oh, it's a bug. Oh yeah, it's a bug. Oh, look at that. Look at that weird little bug guy down there. So this is a big bug carrying a large shell on its back that's like tethered to it. So he's just like hauling an egg, I guess. Wow, we got a new one for the collection, man. We got a brand new card I've never even seen before. Oh, that's great. So this box has led to at least 2 new cards being added to the collection that I didn't have before. The Tower Shell and the Bolshak Dragon. I can't believe that actually worked out. Now, of course, there's that other super rare that I'm still not sure if I have or not. I'll have to look that up. But if I don't have that, then that's 3 new cards for the collection. That's great. Swamp Worm, Mighty Shouter, Marine Flower. That's a new one. Ghost Touch, Golden Wing Striker. Have we seen this guy yet? That guy's so detailed. That's Birdman. That's a big buff Birdman. We got Immortal Baron Vorg. Love him. Phantom Fish. Magma Gazer. I don't think we've seen this guy yet. Again, this art is so detailed I can barely make heads or tails of it. And then no holo in this pack, but we got another Armored Walker Uherion. Is that what that says? I love this art. Count how many times I've said that or something akin to that in this video. Well, that's the fun part about opening card sets like this, is that there's no big like investor scene around Duel Masters necessarily. Like there is with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, where it's like everyone gets excited over the one card that everyone gets excited over because it's the most expensive. Like here it's just like, what do you like? What looks cool to you? What is like important because of like the show or the art or something like that. So like, yeah, Bolshak Dragon is maybe viewed as like the most desirable card in the set, but Deathliker is my favorite. I think you can get that thing for like 20 bucks and no one cares. So there's no like scene for it of people like telling you what you're supposed to like. And that's what's fun about this. There's another card game I've been opening up recently called Wyvern, which is like a Magic the Gathering ripoff set from the 90s. And I'm certain those cards are worth like pennies. They're worth like nothing, but the art is really cool. And I've been having a lot of fun opening those old packs. No holo in this one. I don't want to go too deep in this, especially since it's the last pack, and so I'm gonna like save the pack for after I finish this little mini rant. But the money focus in Pokemon has put such a weight on opening packs, I feel like, because it creates this like weird culture around it and weird expectation when you're opening stuff about, quote, making your money back instead of just being able to have fun. And it puts this weird pressure on opening even just modern Pokemon these days. So going and opening stuff that no one cares about and no one is like paying thousands and thousands of dollars for, or telling you like you have to invest in this because it's gonna go up. It's just it's such a relief. It's such a breath of fresh air. But we got a holo in this pack. I don't know what it is. You didn't see that. Brain Serum. We are ending on a holo apparently. Toll, Vizier of Hope, Ear, I don't know how you say that. Vizier of Bullets. And then we got Fire Sweeper, Burning Hellion, Ultimate Force, Emerald Grass, that's a classic art right there. Then Spiral Gate. We've seen this card a few times and I've never commented on it, but this is like some altered beast to like 90s furry stuff. Dia Nork, Moonlight Guardian. And that's our rare, which means the holo is right here. Gigargon. Okay. Big man. Big guy. He's big guy now. I don't think I have this one either. This is not a super rare. This is just a very rare. But Gigargon, I believe, is a new one for me. Awesome. And it's a darkness card too. That's really cool. I know I've been going on and on about it, but this art is so intense for a kid's game, man. Like Pokemon is so family friendly. Yu-Gi-Oh has a little bit of edge to it. And then Duel Masters just had this, which is, you would never think that this was for kids if you just saw it on its own, but it is so cool. Oh, it's bulbous and bubbly and goopy and weird. I like it. Thanks for putting up with my weird little mini rant, by the way. The card world's just been in a weird place lately, and it's part of the reason why I haven't been quite as active on here anymore. The trading card world feels a lot more stressful and like weird lately than it used to, which is why I said, screw opening another Evolving Skies box or something. I'm gonna open Duel Masters and have fun. Obviously, there's nothing inherently wrong with any of that if that's what you're into, but personally for me, it's just not really what I'm looking for when I'm just just trying to have fun opening cards. So that is the Duel Masters base set booster box opening. That went great. We got to see some really cool nostalgic Duel Masters stuff. Maybe some of you guys remember this or didn't remember it, and then seeing this jogged your memory. Some old toys, some old decks, some old games, old DVDs. But then we got into the packs and we got Foafy the Traveler, the promo from the 2-player starter set. Vampire Sylphie, I think that's how you say it, a very rare from the booster box. Gigargon, one of the hardest cards to pronounce that I've ever pulled. Tower Shell, yet another new one for the collection. Gatling Sky Terror, an absolute classic. Thorny Mandra, I've pulled this one a few times, but it is crazy. Then we managed to get 2 different super rares in the box. We got Zagan, the Knight of Darkness, which might be a new one, I'll have to double check. And the Death Liger, Lion of Chaos, one of my favorite cards in the entire set. No complaining about getting a triple of that. And then the cream of the crop, the absolute peak of the video, which happened 2 packs in, the Bull Shack Dragon, what I believe to be the biggest card in the set. That is insane, man. I am absolutely getting these graded. What a great little opening of something completely different. I am so happy about this. Let me know if you gave a single care about any of this, because I certainly did, and I would love to do some more like weird, obscure, random card games on the channel. Like I said, I've got this, got these old Wyvern packs and stuff. Maybe I'll just be that guy who just goes and opens like every single trading card game that was ever made. Like, did Backstreet Boys get trading cards in the 90s? Yeah, sure, fine, I'll open that. Who cares? But yes, I loved this. This was so fun. I can't believe I got my Bull Shack Dragon, man. Oh, that's so fun. Please let me know if you enjoyed this, because I would love to make more Duel Masters content. I made a couple of shorts about Duel Masters. I will hopefully be getting some more content out about some more different card games other than just Pokemon, but I will be getting back to Pokemon for sure. Thank you, and yeah, I think that's it. Leave.